Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another Is It Worth Buying video. In today's video, I can't remember if I did a video talking on C-Power, but I did leave a review that a lot of people had liked, and yeah, they found the review more so funny, but it was the first time, because I had to like play this game a few times to kind of understand it, and I feel like I understood it, but overall I just felt like the developers had left out key things in the game where I'm like, fam, I think gameplay would have been a lot easier, or not so much as like easier, because even when I had played the game before, I think I played it on, I can't remember what difficulty I played it on, but it was a much more higher difficulty than easy. But yeah, at the time being, I mean, like, the game, it seemed good. It just that I remember when I very first played, they had, and this is where, more so talking on the review that I left afterwards, but anyways, they have it set up where enemies are shooting at you. You're trying to figure out, like, where they coming from, and you don't know where they're coming from. They're just coming from random spots on the ground, and I'm like, why is that an option to turn on or turn off? But yeah, I did say, I was all like, since when did war have invisible enemies? Like, I don't get that, it's like, it's something where if it's, if I see where the shooting is coming from, I think, okay, just shoot in that area. Yeah, they have it where it's kind of weird, like the shooting and stuff, you have to like play it a few times to kind of understand it and things, but yeah, first time playing, that's what I'm saying, like, you guys have that option, or not option, but you have that section there, the tutorial section, but there ain't no tutorials. So, or no, there's video tutorials. So my thing is this, why not recommend that at first before even buying the game, that it's probably best you should go watch some tutorials first, then purchase this game once when you think you got an understanding of it. No, they have it where when you buy the game, then it's like, okay, and that's the thing where I'm like, I'm not saying that they're doing that, but I have seen that with a lot of different companies where they want to drag out that 2-hour and 2-week process, and then it'll be too late before you can even get your money back. So that's why I'm like, I feel like that might be going on, but I could be wrong. It might be just be a thing where, I'm just having my own issues. And, well, that's the thing where I'm all like, because I know people try to, like, jump to that whole conclusion, like, oh, you just having a skill issue. And I'm getting tired of hearing people say that. It's like, I feel like people, they just say that just to, I don't know, see themselves leave a comment or hear themselves talk. And I'm like, bruh, I done played video games my whole life, from games like this to games even more difficult than it to games that's like easy, but it's still, it takes a little bit of learning to understand the game and stuff. So that's why I'm like, I'm not trying to hear nobody they talking about some skill issue crap. People that like leave that in 2024. We 3 months in, I ain't even trying to hear nobody talk about no skill issue crap. But anyways, getting back to reviewing the game and stuff. So first time I played it, dealt with that, was like, I'm not even gonna fool with this game anymore, got my money back. Then recently I started seeing the game again, and I'm like, okay, maybe I was quick to jump to the conclusion that it's not a good game. Let me just go ahead and play it once more. So I play pretty much the same mission that I did before, and halfway through the mission, the game just randomly crashed on me, and I'm thinking to myself, how is this game, if there's other people dealing with this same issue, how is this game at a very positive rating? Because you would see that and you would be thinking like, okay, game with no bugs, got the content that it needs, it's not this overly difficult, challenging game, it's fun, like, people are playing this game and they're having fun with it. No, game just randomly crashed. So I'm like, okay, nope, I'm done. I'm not gonna fool with this game. But then I seen that they had one of those, so on Steam, they have it where you can play like beta things. If you go to the game settings and then you switch to it's like, how does it go? Hold on for a second. So you gotta like, I think you gotta like right click a game, go to properties, go to beta, and then yeah, it has like this beta participation where yeah, you get to play, I guess, it's like a early access within an early access, if that makes sense. So anyways, I played that, was able to get through the mission that I was originally was trying to play, and yeah, didn't have no problems, game didn't crash, was able to complete the mission. So I was like, all right, cool. But they don't have like no thing to let you know that you complete the mission. So that's the thing I'm like, I don't like there ain't no like check next to it or nothing. It's just like you go and I guess, I don't know, it tells you that you complete the mission, but it doesn't showcase that you complete the mission. So I find that they kind of lack on that and things. But anyways, so I was like, I could see beyond that that, I'm like, I know what mission it is. They do have like stars next to the mission to let you, I think it might be a difficulty thing, but anyways, I was like, all right, you know, it's like, I'm not tripping about that. I can see beyond that, you know. But anyways, let me go ahead and play another mission. So I start playing this mission where it's 3 ships out in the water, and then there's these submarines shooting at the ships. Don't know where the submarines are at. You know where they're at once when they get to shooting at you and stuff, and then when you like, it's kind of like drags out the time a little bit, so you have to like fast forward. I did find that kind of cool. I'm like, okay, cool, because it seems like at times, you know, this game can drag out a little bit. So they do have it where you can fast forward. Next thing you know, you just got missiles coming at you from all angles, and then by the time you be able to like react to it or try to like figure out where the submarines are at, you can't, and then it's pretty much another invisible enemy situation. You don't know exactly, and I'm thinking to myself like, look, I don't know how war is, but I would imagine before I go out to war, I'm gonna have my stuff together. I'm not just gonna go out there blind and just be all like, oh, let's just Ray Charles this and just be like, all right, you know, yeah, cool, let's just go out there, not know where the enemy is at. But I guess when they shoot us down, then we know that, oh, well, they were somewhere, but we still ain't gonna. I don't like stuff like that, man. You know, my thing is this. If this game's gonna have a difficulty settings, I'm like, easy should have been where you see the enemies and you just gotta shoot at them before they shoot at you. You know, and then medium, it's like, okay, maybe have like some sort of ways of the game to, I guess, like make it somewhat challenging. And then hard where, yeah, then that's when you have invisible enemies and stuff. But I don't get like, you don't have that. You don't have a tutorial, I guess, to figure out where the submarines can possibly be at. You don't know how to like it. There's a lot of things where I'm like, you guys missed out on it. And I guess you're just pushing out like, oh, let's just make this game look visually appealing. But I'm like, gameplay wise, I feel like that there's a company out there that could possibly do better. Because I don't get why it's like, you play this game and you're thinking you're playing like some battle like ship simulator or something. Because that's honestly what I look at when I see this game. I feel like you finally get to play that classic game, but in a, you know, video game version and stuff. Because I'm trying to think if they did come out, I think it was when they did that movie with the aliens and stuff, but not like the actual, like the battleship I grew up playing in Stings, where you have to like guess where people's ships are at and stuff. But anyways, overall, I'm like, even then, I'm saying like, I feel like I had an easier experience playing that game versus this, because it's like you put me on this big scale map and I'm supposed to be looking around like there ain't no possible ways of detecting where enemies is at. How am I supposed to progress through this game? Like, and that's the thing where I guess like they do plan on coming out with a story mode, so I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. But I'm like, can you please come out with a tutorial to do some stuff so when I'm playing this game, I actually know what I'm doing. But the funny thing is that I do know what I'm doing. It's just I feel like the game is working against me, so it makes it seem like that I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm like, fam, I feel like that I played enough to know, like, okay, this is how you shoot. This is how you navigate. This is how you speed up time. This is like the key features. But when it comes to detecting enemies, that seems like that's the one thing you don't want people to do. So I'm like, okay, if I'm not, imagine, all right, so just my thing is this. Imagine every single like war game or just any just shooter like base game or just any game out there where there's some sort of violence, you can't see where the enemy is at. Like imagine you playing WWE 2K and you can't see where the wrestler is at in the ring, but you'll know when you get punched in the face. Or let's say you're playing Call of Duty, you don't know where you're being shot at, but you know when you'll die, and then that's when the enemy pops up. I'm saying like it's things like that where I'm like, fam, people, come on, you guys sit down and think about that type of stuff. There's going to be people that play this game for the first time. They're not going to want to experience that. Me, for an example, when I play a game, I just want to have fun. All right, I'm not trying to actually learn how to be some sort of, I don't know, leader in the military where I'm like, I'm just trying to play a video game and have fun. All right, that's it. That's all that I'm trying to do. If this needs to be some sort of simulation, it needs to be on a different platform. But I feel like Steam needs to be a platform where video games are being sold. This does not come off as a video game. This comes off as like I am like learning, like getting an education lesson on how warships and shooting and all that. I'm like, fam, I am just trying to play a video game. That's it. It shouldn't be this overly difficult, like challenging experience. It should just be a normal experience, bro. It should just be an experience where I have fun and I'm like, okay, cool. People ask me about this game, I can say that it's a good game, but not tell them like, oh yeah, there's gonna be a lot of times you don't even know where the enemy is at. You just gotta, I guess and I let Jesus take the wheel or something. I'm not trying to have it where I'm doing that. I'm not trying to have it where it's more of a guessing game than a video game. So that's honestly how I look at Sea Power. It's more of a guessing game than a video game. So I guess no pun intended with saying that, but anyways, but yeah, overall, I mean, if you guys want to try the game out, the game, I don't know if it's on sale right now. Let me check real quick. No, it's not. $49.99, and I'm like, you mean to tell me I can't see paying $50 for this game, and you can't even show me where the enemies is at on the map? Yeah, that's crazy. When there's games I didn't play, like far less, where they let you know something, all right? But anyways, yeah, I don't know. They do have like a workshop thing. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know if they most subscribe, new thread upgrade, Pacific Strike 85, Desert Spear. Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, I think they could have, you know, did a little bit more development and stuff with this game, because I feel like I'm just playing it. It's like I'm just more so guessing stuff than just actually playing it and things. So yeah, it's just something where I'm like, you know, I think it needs to stay in development a little bit longer, because hold on for a second, let me see when they plan on taking this out at early. Well, so the game came out last year in November. They say we plan to be in early access for 8 to 12 months. I'm like, yeah, y'all gonna have to work on a little bit more with this game, because to me, it's just like I said, I feel like it's more of a guessing game than a video game. So I guess if y'all want to play it, you very well can. If not, I can understand why. All right. I feel like when I do videos like this, when I'm talking on the game, it's like I should be saying good things, but not like warning people that, hey, you know, you might have a difficult experience when playing this game, versus like, you know, my thing is this, like, this is how it should be, where it's like, if I'm talking good on this game, I'm like, fam, like it literally feels like you're playing Battleship, like that classic game that you're playing back in the day. It's an easy, normal game. You get to see the enemies when they're shooting at you and stuff. Like, it's fun. Like, it's something where I'm like, man, you know, like, you're having fun when playing the game. But yeah, it's like every time I played this game, it's always been something. Like, first time couldn't see the enemy, second time game crashed on me, third time it's like I go and I do another mission and I can't even see where I'm being shot at. So it's just one of those things where I'm like, hey, you know what, I wish the developers the best of luck when it comes to developing this game. If it's one of those things where it's like, you know, I guess like the game comes out of early access, and then, you know, people start seeing this game for what it really is, and then reviews start going down, I'm like, fam, don't say I didn't warn you. I feel like I do videos. The thing is this, I do videos like this. I feel that developers don't listen. They just let the game just do whatever, or they just do whatever they want to do with development. Next thing you know, you see where the game is currently at, like, very mixed to now, or not very mixed, but very positive to mostly positive. Then it ends up going to mixed. And then it's people saying literally the same thing I'm saying. I've seen that with Test Drive. I've seen that with Assetto Corsa, Evo. What are some other games I done talked on where it's like, you know, you see where the game, I think it was that one racing game, Le Mans Ultimate. Hold on for a second. Let me look up that game and see what the reviews are. Oh, they must have came out. Yeah, they must have came out with an update to do some fixes. But I remember at one point in time, this game wasn't Le Mans Ultimate. It wasn't at a good rating. So yeah, I'm like, it's one of those things where I'm like, people, and this is just talking to all developers, if you come out with the game and there's people talking on frustrations, please just fix it, okay? Like, that's it. That is all that I ask for. If I don't care if it's one person talking about it, 10 people, 100 people, and you're all like, oh, well, let's wait until 1,000. No, if even one person talks about an issue in the game, roll out a patch update, fix that stuff. Do something so where a person can look and be all like, okay, I can see that developers, they do listen to their audience. They don't wait until it's a crowd. Like, no, you listen to, even if it's just that one person. Because my thing is this, that could be the very person that's supporting your game for what it really is. And meanwhile, it's like everybody else, it's just, you know, they just playing the game because it's trending, you know, like, oh, and it's like, no, there's people out there that genuinely support. I don't know if I would put myself in that category, so I guess, yeah, it wouldn't even make sense listening to me, but I'm saying I would like to support this game. I would like to play it on a regular basis. It's just that the game, it can't be something where I feel like the game is working against me, because I'm like, okay, then what's the point of even playing it if I know I'm going to have a bad experience playing it every single time? So, yeah, I'm just saying, like, you know, it's just one of those things where I'm like, I just think that this game, it might need to be in the studio a little bit longer. But, yeah, overall, there needs to be some stuff that rolls out with this game where I'm like, okay, okay, cool. Like, you know, maybe down the road, I'll go and be all like, all right, you know, let me go ahead and play it again, see what it's all about and things. But yeah, it's like for now, I'm like, fam, I'm not having a good experience with the game. So like, I guess like realistically, I can't recommend it to people, you know, but maybe down the road, if they do some stuff to make the game a little bit better, then I'm like, all right, cool, you know. But if not, then I'm like, hey, bro, it's one of those things. Like I said, I wish the developers the best of luck. It's just one of those games I can't play at the moment. But yeah, anyways, I did ask for my money back. I'm like, it's one of those things. I couldn't risk it, you know. It's like I would like to play this game, but yeah, I can't risk it. I can't risk giving out $50+ to a video game, and it's like I can't even be heard or listened to when I put out recommendations or, you know, something with the game. Because even I think I had reached out to the developers on Twitter. I said something to the I think it was either the developers or the publishers, and I said something. I'm like, bro, it's like the game crashed on me. No response, nothing. But and I think they were. Hold on for a second. Let me just see real quick. If because I'm for certain I did not get not one sing. Yeah, it was like I think these are the developers. Hold on for a second. Let me go back to the game page and see. Yep, it's the developing page on Twitter. I reached out to them. I said, game crashed on me today. Is a patch coming out soon? Because I see others deal with the same issue where they're playing and the game randomly crashes. No response. And I made that tweet almost a day ago. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you know, when I see things like that, I've just had one too many bad experiences with video games where I end up getting stuck with them and I'm not even playing them. And then the developers, they just want to go ghost on people and not respond. And I think they were responding to a bunch of other people within that tweet. Hold on for a second. Maybe it might have been somebody else. Hold on for a second. I don't think they were. But it wasn't even like they had 12 people tweet. Like how many? Yeah, it was like I'm pretty sure that they had to have seen that tweet. That's something where I'm like, fam, I got way more subscribers than them on YouTube, and I see comments, and I'm like, bro, it's one of those things. I'm like, yeah, I ain't believing in that. Where it's all like, oh, sorry, we didn't see your tweet. And I'm like, nah, bro. I'm like, you definitely seen the tweet. And I'm like, it's somewhere. It's like, yeah, you guys. It's things, and it's stuff like that where I'm like, that just makes me want to abandon ship. I'm like, okay, my thing is if I've reached out to you guys on Twitter, what makes you think they're gonna reach out to me on Steam or anywhere else, or even if I do this video? It's like they most likely gonna watch this video, get offended that I criticize their game, and they ain't gonna respond. And it's stuff like that where I'm like, that's why games be in bad states. Because I'm like, you guys, it's like if y'all ain't listening to the crowd, my thing is this. Even just mentioning the one game, Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, they thought they can pull that same game. They was like, oh, let's just come out with whatever. We don't care what the fans say. We just gonna ignore them. We just gonna acknowledge the fans that support us. And look how that turned out. They end up having to listen to people because their game, I think that game, it might be in a better state now because they did come out with an update to improve that game. But hold on for a second. Let me see. Oh, no, it's actually still at a mostly negative and things. Dang. I thought, well, I mean, it still has some people giving the game good reviews, but overall, though, I'm like, yeah, they thought they could play that game with people where they could just come out with a game, not listen to the crowd, and then it's like, yeah, you can't do that. Not in this day and age, you know, where there's people out there. It's like I feel my thing is this. Compared, let's say if this game would have came out during the PlayStation 2 days, they wouldn't have had it set up like that. They would have, my thing, and who knows, maybe they did, and then they came back. I'm starting to see that where there are some developers from back in the day where they're coming out with new games. Maybe they did do something like that back in the day. I don't know, because I ain't never heard of no game like that. Most likely it was probably best for Kid Me, because Kid Me, I was getting stressed out on games too. And I'm like, but my thing is this. It was because there was a lot of games out there where I didn't know how to play them. Then as I get older and I sit down, I take time, and I'm like, okay, I do that, but I still find myself in a state where I'm like, okay, I'm still not having fun. What's going on? That's why I'm like, okay, maybe it ain't me. It's the video game. So, yeah, I know there's going to probably be people out there trying to criticize me on my criticism towards the game. And I'm like, look, you had a good experience with the game. That's on you. I didn't. That's not going to change just because you leave some paragraph long comment telling me about whatever it is you need to tell me what good things you need to say about this game. That's on you. With me, I didn't have a good experience. So I'm going to be honest in this. I'm not going to lie to people. I'm not going to steer people in the wrong direction. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to let them know that this game, if you're looking for a fun experience when playing it, it's probably best you keep looking. So anyways, with that being said, hopefully down the road, I do more updated version, or let people know like, hey, you know, so I did the, like, developers reached out and we got the talking and stuff, and they plan on rolling out an update to where it fixes the game and things. But if not that, then I'm like, yeah, I mean, other than that, it's like, besides like the visibility of enemies, I have to say for the most part, I mean, like, yeah, the game was, you know, gameplay wise, it's decent. It's like they have like this cool camera feature where it follows the missile after it or like before it like hits somebody and things. Yeah, it's like following the missile, and then what else? You get to kind of focus on enemies when they being shot at. So it's like the game can be good at times, but it's just with that lack of visibility. I'm like, okay, my thing is this: why would I go into a territory and not know? At least my thing is this: at least have it set up where I'm like, I can, I guess, like, guess in certain areas where the enemies can be at, or it's like this was the last known location of where this missile had traveled from. So it's probably best maybe start like shooting in there and things, and then have something where it can detect whether I had hit them or not. But if not that, and I'm just out there blind, I'm like, I'm not gonna play a game where they just going like, yeah, the game's working against me. Not doing that. So anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.